Planners with Laurel Denise. This is Mabby, Lolly, and Nancy, and we are here to discuss Household Management 101.
That's right. You're taking a class.
Tips and tricks for organizing your busy family. As many of you already know, Lolly and Mabby are...
You're a parent. Mabby's the expert. We all know this.
Mabby has 4 kids.
Nancy, you'll see the state of my house next week when you stay there.
Oh.
It's not super clean. I'm doing my best.
Well, there's no perfection in family
Cleaning?
is there?
None.
In household management?
In the management of the chaos.
In the summer.
Of the family humans that are always there.
Always. Love you.
That's chapter 1 of Household Management 101. There's no perfect.
And your kids will remind you of your mistake.
Here's my thesis, guys. Building a system for your family is just like building a system for anything else that you do in your life. You have to give yourself grace for missed days, just like we do in planning. You have to hold yourself accountable to it. Like, it's not just going to happen if you don't do it. And somebody needs to own it, because if somebody doesn't own it, no one owns it.
It doesn't happen.
And also, try just one of these tips and tricks and see if they help. Any transition takes a little while to wiggle into, so give yourself that grace period. Write that anywhere you need to. You know, that cognitive behavioral therapy that we always talk about. Yeah, that positive self-talk. It's just like, we're gonna, be experts and give you like tips and tricks, but like we make all the mistakes. There's so much freedom. So, without further ado, let's tip and trick. Boop-ba-doo, boop-boop-ba-doo. This might be in. No, it's not. Okay. You go ahead.
I cannot start.
Okay. First thing first, communication is key. I mean, like, life hack, right? But Mabby is so good at this. Tell us, like, what you do. What are the things you do?
So delegation is key for a big family, I find. This was like the habit that I had to make myself and hold myself accountable for. Every Sunday, I would pick that time and I would look at my digital calendar, which is synced with all my different children and people, and my paper calendar for the week. And I would make sure that they were aligned. I then kind of fill in my subjects of my work schedule for the week when I'm in the office. The kids' schedule is also in the paper planner. And then any household to-dos and any household appointments
go in the planner.
Yeah, go in that planner too.
Okay.
But I don't do my meal planning.
So that's your first step.
And then I take that and I send a weekly email to my partner. I'm letting him know when I need him to run dinner, if I need help carpooling a kid. Often while I'm doing this planning, he's also doing another household management task. Like he does dinner on Sunday, so I can organize the family, like management.
That's nice.
So it's not like they're just hanging out playing Fortnite or whatever.
Yeah.
He's actually doing things so that I can do this. That's the first thing. And now I've started actually also emailing my teenager. My oldest is becoming more and more independent. He'll be driving eventually. So anything that he needs to know.
Yeah.
So we added that in. My first step is reconciling my digital and my paper and communicating anything that affects other drivers in the house.
Okay.
So then I take that planner and the second step for me is a kitchen talk. I pull each kid into the kitchen without the other ones. It's like family meeting does not work in my house. Lots of opinions. So we use a skylight calendar on the wall. It syncs with our Gmail, and my kids have their chores for the week, but we're kind of pulling away from mandatory chores to help them put their things up. Like they will manually put in prep volleyball bag or don't forget to shower for the one that forgets to shower. So
it happens. We all have those.
Right. So I say, what do you notice about your week? What's anything out of the ordinary coming up? Tests or things like that. And then they give input. And then I always ask them for input on their meals, breakfasts, lunches, dinners, because I hate planning the meals, but I love cooking.
Yeah, so you want their input.
I just, you know what? They have opinions, so share your opinions on this. Sometimes it's like, we'll do that Saturday and you can help. They're like, chicken pie, But it also is helping me be like, okay, if you want that breakfast, we can prep it together. So I'm starting to have them help with that. They are responsible for adding food onto the grocery list because it's hooked to our Alexa. And then that is a responsibility.
I think that right there, hooking your grocery list to Alexa is brilliant. Like I've been in your house when a kid or your husband will open the fridge and then he's like, Alexa, put noodles on the list. Or
I ran out of deodorant today and immediately set it.
And then it just goes right on the list. Like, so what a cool way to use technology, like for the whole fam.
Yes, and it holds them accountable because it's not just my job. This burden is a shared burden, right? Absolutely. Of just managing a house. So that was the second thing, is we have a kitchen talk with each kid.
My stress comes when I have a thought and I tell you to do the thing, but I know your brain isn't going to hold it. And my brain doesn't want to hold it anymore. Like, I don't want to keep thinking about it, but it will. And then it'll just add on. And then all of a sudden we have an avalanche of feelings and things. And
Feelings. That's a good phrase.
But what I do, can you hand me that? Those stickies. So I use these few tools to teach them, because she is 12 and she is 8. And I'm currently in the season where, like, I'm teaching, they're not doing on their own yet. Whereas your oldest is semi, like, because you've done all this stuff before, is starting to do on their own, but you set it up so long ago. But all hope is not lost if you have, like, an older kid. Like, I was never taught that, you know, like, it was modeled for me, but nobody explicitly taught me all these things. I was just outside in the woods pretty much all day. I use a few things to tangibly, like I said, help my kids. This is a printout that I give to both of my kids each day. My best friend actually made this. It's absolutely amazing. And I change it up every day on Google Docs. It's just a Google Doc. But my bestie is laminating it, and then she can just like dry erase on it every single day.
And this is summer setup. So
yeah, this is summer setup. I probably would do this by the week during the school year, like what's coming up, or have a kitchen talk with her. So I have like coming up this week, friends to check in with, extra to-dos, schedule for the day, serving ideas, and then like no TV until after. Cause like I'm gone. I went to work. Like she didn't have anybody managing her. And then she has to pick like, well, these things she has to do all of them. And then an idea for serving, like I gave her, you have to do the unload dishwasher. For your brain, a physical activity for at least an hour, pick one. And then creativity, pick one or a few of these. So y'all can just recreate this. It is not patented. Here you go.
This made me laugh.
Yeah.
You will survive. I believe in you.
And then slowly you'll wean off of some of this.
Yeah, for sure. And it'll go into her own.
Well, she's creating habits.
Yeah, she's creating habits. Exactly. So I have a stainless steel refrigerator, so no magnetic family system works on there. And these go on drywall. These go on stainless steel. You can take them on and off, and they're just wet erase, and they are freaking amazing. They were all out of the 12x12 ones that I have, but we'll link both. They're so cool. So I leave little reminders outside her door. Like I put this on the drywall outside her door, and I put this, like I put our meal plan on this on the outside of our refrigerator. I put all kinds of stuff, and she leaves me funny notes on them too. It's sort of like those things you used to, the dry erase boards we used to put on our college dorm doors. You know what I mean? So these are really cool, and we'll link to these in the description. I love these. My kiddos in this stage and age need, and their personalities need this like tangible thing that they can cross off and do.
Especially because you're at work sometimes. And like same with me, our husbands work from home, but the kids have to be kind of more independent.
They sure do. Yeah. Okay, we have an amazing planner friend named Annie. She gives really cool planner advice and stuff. She uses her horizontal weekly planner as a command center for her whole family. So we have a little digital image of it right here. She puts this in her like foyer, and her kids know to go do this. You know, in the morning when it's crazy, your kids are like, what's the weather outside? What am I having for lunch? What are we having for dinner? What's my plan today? What do I need to get done? She puts all that here, and she's like, go look at the planner, chickens. So her schedule here, so they kind of know what she's up to that day. She puts their after school schedule and stuff here, P and L indicated by the kiddo names. Then she puts what breakfast is, what lunch is going to be at school, so they don't have to ask her. And then she puts the weather here. Then she puts here like what they need to do, make bed and reading for each of them. So this they can refer to in the morning. They can also refer to in the afternoon.
And they get to check it off.
They get to check it off. Yep. And then this is their grocery list. So if they notice, like it gives them ownership over this, right? Like we're training them. Again, if they notice, hey, we're out of peanut butter, they check that box themselves instead of being like, Mom, peanut butter. Like that. That happened to me this morning. She puts over here like their bigger schedule of what they're doing, and like bush gardens, like all the fun stuff they get to look forward to throughout the thing, not their like you have soccer practice and piano practice and ballet and stuff like that. I love this layout. I think it's like really, really cool, a really cool command center idea for your kids. Those were our communication thingies. Our next thing, sort of like umbrella topic, is model what you want to see.
Right.
I just started this week after you told me, and Emmy
Are you
was
doing
like,
notice and do's?
Yeah, and Emmy goes, Mama, I noticed, and I did.
I use the word prefer. Like I appreciate and I prefer verbiage has been
Over
powerful.
what?
I prefer when you put away the clean dishes that you also get the clean ones that are drying on the counter and also put those away.
Not like, you loser, you forgot these. I have to
Like,
do
oh,
everything.
you forgot that. Oh,
Yeah,
you,
okay,
oh,
I guess I'll finish your
or
task.
it's not more nagging. I mean,
Yeah.
some of the kids, by the second or third inspection, or I will be like explicitly this, and this.
Yeah.
But initially to teach them whatever the room is that they're tidying or their bedroom, I really prefer when also this is done and it changes that tone. They don't feel like I'm nagging.
Yeah.
It's been a powerful shift in verbiage the last couple of months. So that prefer, and then my notice and do, I learned from this Instagram account.
Sam Kelly World.
Can we like tag it?
We're going to tag it in the thing.
So that person focuses on sharing the burden of running a household and that it has to be taught to everyone in the household.
Yeah.
Because it's not just that invisible load should not just be on me. It's a shared load to function, but it's also teaching them how to do it on their own.
I remember when I heard the phrase invisible load for the first time and I was like, oh,
yeah.
That's what I've been feeling.
But I remember like college roommates that were like, they never did a dish. And you're like, but that should just be, the goal is to do that. We weren't roommates in college.
I know.
Anyway, so the other thing that I have been modeling from that Instagram account is called Notice and Do, which you started. And dinner is over or whatever. And I will say, all right, Gwenny, what do you notice that you can do to help the family right now? And as I've been slowly adding the notice to do for the family, not for yourself, not your own, but if it's in the living room and there's stuff everywhere, what do you notice that you can do to help the family right now?
Yeah.
Then they will notice it and they will do it. And now I have 4 children that I can say, can you please do a notice and do in the kitchen?
And that's all you have to say, y'all. You don't have to like go.
But it's taken a while, and different personalities are more on board. But when they do a notice and do, and if they, I don't know, just grab the books or something like that.
Yeah.
I can say, I prefer when you're tidying the books up in this room, could you tidy all of them, not just yours?
Yeah.
Because you're doing it for the family.
Yeah.
Because I'm an
We're a
active
team.
service girl.
Me with like having just one person that I'm living with, it's not always obvious that like I want the
Read my mind.
dishes stacked this way.
I know.
So I
and
do have to
sometimes you
tell
gotta let
them.
stuff go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes you can't correct everything. You just gotta let it go.
But
you don't want to knock them down, you know?
Yeah.
But when you say prefer, it also doesn't feel as much of a knockdown.
Yeah.
That's how I want to be spoken to when I can't read your mind. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We speak gently because we work together and we're friends, but sometimes
I sort of make it a joke.
Well, sometimes our super intimate family members, we're not so nice.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, do it. I'm bossy.
Are we ready for tips and tricks?
I think so.
We're gonna do that. We're gonna do the thing where we say the numbers.
Okay.
Okay. One of my best tips and tricks that I do and my kids do is we make 3 lunches at a time. So we make Monday through Wednesday lunches, and then we make Thursday, Friday lunches. They make them certain weeks, but other weeks I pitch in because I know they have school all day and then they have sports, and I'm like, and then homework. I'm like, it's all good. I have 20 minutes. I can do this for you this week because we're serving each other, right? So 3 lunches at a time.
Number 2, Sunday planner reconciling.
Which we talked about.
That is sometimes the hardest step, the first step where you might get a little paralysis because you need to make yourself do it, and then it'll get easier. Every single time it gets easier.
Yeah.
It really does. So here
Mabby,
is
can you show
an example.
Sorry, Nance.
My notes are being very useful, and I don't appreciate them being covered up. I'll just say.
So I did some Franken planning for the summer because I'm holding a lot of schedules.
Yes.
All of our employees, I need to know when you're traveling and when you're not and who's covering who. So I actually took another month and I put it on this side. Here are my little weeklies still.
So cool.
And I just glued it over.
It's just so cool.
So what is it normally? It's normally this.
Yep.
And I literally just glued it.
Amazing.
So you have your kids over here
and work
over here, but you still have a lot of your detail for kids stuff over here too, which like forever.
So here's a little bit cleaner month, maybe.
Oh, I love it.
So I So I have when everyone's scheduled, like all of the work, traveling, and my kids' activities, and then we're at the beach this week, so I'm not really going to reconcile my planner much on Sunday.
Yeah.
But I kind of started doing it for the week after. I haven't finished.
Yeah.
But I'll start putting all the kids' stuff and the house stuff and exercise, and this is my work thing.
And then y'all can watch her how she moves in weekly to see details on this.
And we have...
We have a little insert coming, y'all.
Yeah.
Plug. These will be available in November.
Yeah, November.
So it's a really early sneak peek.
Yes.
Because I couldn't wait any longer to use it.
So she's going to have kids, have work over here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so excited about this product.
And the back, look at all this note space. Now, you can't see the note space as much, but that's okay. My notes are really messy.
Yeah. And also, sometimes your notes could be like stuff like what Nancy's doing in the back pages of these, just like podcasts you listen to, YouTubes you listen to, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. I can even put some project columns on it to organize some of the birthday parties or things like that for that month. So it is hidden. My to-do this month, I will still reference, but I think I might just kind of move it there.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah, I love this.
Thanks, Mabby. You can even put it up here. Number 3, 2-minute tidy every night.
Every night.
Yeah.
Like non-negotiable. They literally use their Alexas and they set 2-minute tidy.
Pretty easy.
I need to do it.
I know.
Everybody needs to do it.
I know.
Yeah.
I have another one. Number 4, backpack chores. These have been a thing for my kids since pre-K. I mean, since they've been going to school. The second they come out of the car, they do their backpack chores. Do I continue to remind them every single day when we pull into the garage? All right, girls, backpack chores. Yes. Every single day.
What is that?
Yeah, what is a backpack?
Every day they have to bring their backpacks inside. They have to put their lunch containers that are dirty in the sink. They have to put the outer lunch box in the drawer that it goes into. And then they have to empty their water bottles and put them on the counter. That's literally it. In a perfect world, they would clean out all the crud in there, but that's not happening.
Yeah.
Which I don't care. Whatever.
It's like you had a frog and gave it to them.
Yeah, I gave it to them. And I remind them every single day, but it's fine. Yeah. It doesn't matter. It's totally fine.
Yeah.
So that is something, even their friends that come over after school know that it's backpack chore time. They all know. You talked about Alexa for your grocery list. So that's number 5. Use technology to your advantage. So I love the Alexa for grocery list idea. I have a friend whose Alexa and whole entire home system at 7:30 at night, the lights dim. It says, it is now 7:30 at night. It is time for you to brush your teeth and get ready for bed.
In every room, yeah.
It's like we live in the Jetsons.
Yeah, that's great.
Legitimate. So I feel like my family,
that.
my preteen would laugh out loud at me if I did that, but I love the idea of it. I thought it was cool.
And
if you have young enough kids, if you start them young, they'll be fine. You can do it. Number 6.
It is very much the share and delegate the email. Look at my planners and communicate to my partner.
Communication
when I need their help.
Back to number 1.
Or anything, different chores. Anything I need done that week, I can just send it there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
And then you also, sort of like a bonus or a number 7, is your husband is prepping the vitamins and everything for the whole week.
When we're already
gathering
prep
salads
on Sunday afternoon, and you can pick any day.
Yeah,
if your Sunday afternoons are busy, he's making lunch and prepping salads for a lot of us, my teens and all of us. Or we'll have extra protein in the crock pot cooking just so we have access to some quick chicken. I make a grocery order for pickup. We just try and do a lot of the bulk of that on Sunday.
Just one bulk time instead of it trickling throughout the week.
Because I've already had meal prep conversations with my kids, what they prefer. We already know what nights are late or eating out or all of that. So we just kind of just do it. We just make ourselves do it on Sundays.
Yeah. Those are some good tips and tricks.
They're really good.
I hope they're good.
I love getting more.
Give us your tips and tricks.
I love them. Because sometimes they're just a light bulb that I would have never thought about.
Like the notice and do. I just started it this week.
Yeah. I mean, I don't get any credit for that, but it's been life-changing.
It's so great. Yeah. And when you're available to take in more information or not, especially when it comes to parenting. So use this list for what you will. Save this video if you want for another time. But these are pretty approachable.
Just pick 1 or 2 to start.
Yeah. I can't wait to hear which ones you guys pick. I can't wait to see like more tips from you guys. Like you guys are such experts. So definitely that YouTube thing where you should comment the things. And that is the end of my presentation.
Yeah. Even just with just me and my husband, it's like.
Say that again.
Say that again. You and your who?
My husband.
Plug!
For John?
Like, who the people who watch all the videos will know that it's that title has changed.
It has changed now. Now I'm blushing. But a lot of these are just really helpful just to interact with one other person.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
I'm like, John, it's backpack chores time.
2 minute tidy. 2 minute tidy.
Have your Alexa be like, and now it's time for the 2 minute tidy. Don't forget the bathroom.
I think I actually want the like bedtime Alexa.
He might set it with like fun music.
Yeah. You have to get a bunch of the Alexa plugs.
Yeah.
We go for our Christmas tree. We can be like, Merry Christmas, and everything starts.
Oh, that's so fun.
Yes.
Technology can be good, but paper, for me, makes it all real.
Yes.
Yeah. Not necessarily grocery list. I don't write that down anymore, but pretty much every other thing. It's like, yes, I use the technology tools, and then I make my brain remember it and have it.
It's so much easier when you write it down to even remember it.
Yeah.
Next week when you're house sitting, just say, Alexa, play the pool part or start the pool party. And the lights come on and the music starts playing.
There you go.
We'll do that.
Woo! How should we sign up? May your household management not be militant, but be merry. I just made up that.
I love that. That's great.
There we go.
All right.
Yeah.
Bye.
It's basically just like watching Oprah's channel, guys. Like, it's like a talk show.
Oprah, Gail.
Obviously.
I don't know.
Stebbins.
Some
alpacas named Oprah and Stedman.
Oh my gosh, yes. Okay.
We're going to jump right into it. That's what we said we were going to do.
We're going to do it.